Right now, thousands of mourners, including 3 U.S. presidents, are gathered in Buckhead to honor the life of former Georgia Governor Zell Miller. Good afternoon, I'm Carol Sparge.
And I'm Fred Blankenship. Here's a live look inside Peachtree Road United Methodist Church, and former President Clinton right now is taking to the podium to speak to the parishioners there. Former President Jimmy Carter was at the podium a moment ago, and in the last 20 minutes, former President George W. Bush shared this memory.
Zell Miller became one of the great governors in the history of Georgia and is a principal member of the United States Senate. He was a man of honor and a faithful friend. In 2004, Zell Miller stood up to speak for me. Now it's my honor to speak for him.
And Channel 2's Steve Gelbach is live outside the church.
And Steve, there is much more planned to remember the former governor and U.S. Senator.
Yeah, kind of remarkable that Governor Zell Miller spoke at both the convention for President Bush and Democrat President Bill Clinton, as you're hearing from him now. And this really is a service, a celebration of his life, and one of the second of the 3 public memorial services for Zell Miller. His body was escorted here by a procession of police motorcycles, made the short trip over from the governor's mansion a little before 10 o'clock this morning, and troopers then took his casket inside Peachtree United Methodist Church under the playing of bagpipes. And shortly after, our cameras were there to see the arrival of Jimmy Carter, one of the 3 former presidents scheduled to speak during the service right now. And we also spoke to people arriving about why they want to be here.
To pay my respects and also celebrate a life. Someone that really always, I think, loved Georgia, loved this country, and tried to do the right thing.
Zell was a great Georgian, great leader, you know, just a real statesman and a fighter, too, which is what I liked about him.
I spoke with one of the assistants who worked with Governor Miller during his administration there in the state capitol. Have what she told me of what she remembers most, as well as we'll have team coverage from inside the service. Channel 2's Richard Elliott now inside the memorial will bring you full coverage of all 3 presidents' remarks, their eulogy coming up on Channel 2 Action News starting at 4 p.m. We're live in Buckhead. Steve Gelbach, Channel 2 Action News.
And it certainly says so much to have 3 different presidents come to Georgia for this and speak how much he really meant to them. Republican
and Democrat. And Steve, I know the impact out there, we've heard from a few people so far, but the impact from Zell Miller, this goes on and on, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's remarkable speaking with people that worked with his administration, other people just on the sidewalk here sharing their thoughts with us. Maybe had never met him before, but his impact, they say that what he's going to go down in history will be remembered here today.
Thank you very much. And we wanted to show you this right here. It's the program that everyone who is attending the service has in their hands right now. We sent this out on our Twitter page if you'd like to take a closer look at the program.
After today's memorial service, the body of former Governor Zell Miller will travel from Peachtree Road United Methodist Church in Buckhead south about 10 miles to lie in state under the Gold Dome at the state capitol. Now here's what's next. Former Governor Zell Miller's body will lie in state for the remainder of the day. Then tomorrow, Wednesday, an executive state funeral will celebrate his life. Now that begins at 11 a.m. at the Capitol Rotunda. After that, Miller's family will have a final private service.
Today's celebration of life is actually the 2nd memorial for Governor Miller. On Monday, hundreds of people attended a service at Young Harris College, and that was his hometown. Students told us the governor's commitment to education made a lasting impact. And back now to a live picture from the celebration of life still going on. You see former President Bill Clinton right there speaking to the group gathered there today to celebrate the life of Governor Zell Miller. We are live streaming this for you at WSB-TV.com, and we have pictures, videos, and remembrances of Governor Zell Miller there.